Tus hijos, mientras tú estás aquí, ¿ellos qué hacen?
Mis hijos están en Puebla.
Están en Puebla.
Hi, we are team number 1, and these are some of the outcomes that we think that are important and that we can satisfy. Minimize the cost of communicating with family. Maximize the accessibility of communication solution. Minimize the feeling of being isolated. Our business idea consists in adapting the internet calling service, which is cheaper than a regular phone call. We will have stores in bottom of the pyramid communities with computers with internet connection, where people will be able to call for as cheap as 1 peso a minute, with friendly use, making it easy for all people not familiar with advanced technology. This would end with the problem of high cost calls through Mexico, USA, Central and South America. We decided to choose this business model pattern because we are combining two existing services, which consists in telephone services and internet services, in order to provide a cheaper calling service for bottom of the pyramid communities. We also chose them because they are easy to combine and you can provide value by charging less than a regular phone call. Value propositions. One of the value propositions that we think that are important in our business model is minimize cost of calls, maximize communication, and also pay for the exact amount of time used. In our business model, you don't need to buy a telephone plan. You only pay for what you use. Customer segments. Just like the woman in our video, in Mexico, people need to migrate from small to bigger cities, and they have the need to keep in touch with their family and friends. Channels. It's going to be advertised in the radio, newspapers, magazines, TV, and also in bus stops and at the back of the buses. Customer relationship. People need to keep in touch with their family through our service. In case of emergencies or news, they would like to be able to maintain a communication with their beloved ones in Mexico. Key resources: internet connection, computer, Skype account, and just one employee. Our key partners are internet, Skype or other calling services providers, advertising points such as buses, bus stops, TV, and radio. Key activities. One of our key activities is communicating people with their family and friends, also offering cheap calls and low initial investments. Revenue streams. Our employee will be responsible to charge beforehand, and we are going to charge a fixed price per call and then we will charge per minute. The prices haven't been well established, but the fixed one may be 3 pesos and the price per minute would be 1 peso. Our cost structure consists in initial investment of the computer and equipment, our employee wage, the Skype or other calling system cost, and the rent of the place where it will be.
Why is our business idea desirable? Well, people from the bottom of the pyramid have the need of communicating with their family and friends that have traveled looking for better jobs in the US or moving to bigger cities in Mexico. The current solution is available as a phone call, but the price per minute and the price of the phone call becomes too expensive for these people. Well, our business idea is feasible because the technology applied to the business already exists, and it is available to all users that have access to the system and can pay for it by credit card. Let's consider that I also have the basic computer knowledge in order to use the Skype service. We have the knowledge to handle the business, and we could teach the employees how to use it, and of course, we are able to afford the investment since it requires not very expensive equipment. Let's consider that the income received will be almost 900% of direct costs. Our business is viable because we have the knowledge and the money to start the business. The cost of the platform, maintenance, and our costs are relatively cheap compared to other solutions like phone calls and traveling. So even charging almost 900% of our direct cost, the solution will be still preferable. And let's consider that the capacitation of an employee is cheap and it is easy to replace the employee staff. Let's remember that the amount of people in Mexico that are in the bottom of the pyramid is huge, and because of the need of money, they need to migrate to other places, away from their hometowns, but they still need to keep in touch with family and friends. And they're still using the current expensive solutions to the problems, like expensive phone calls and expensive travels. Since they will always have the need to communicate, and our service provides the cheapest way to accomplish it, we will have large quantities of consumers willing to use our service, while we won't have great cost of producing them.